Hello and welcome to the K-1 2012 US Grand Prix Championships press conference. An absolutely amazing show is going to be brought to you live at the Los Angeles Sports Arena on September the 8th. And we couldn't do this without many of the staff, but one of the key members, the CEO, Mr. Doug Clapland.
Good morning, everybody. I certainly don't have the voice or the hair of Vinny, but at least I pronounce things like I do. So about a year ago, I met with Mr. Mike Kim, who's the owner in the back, and he had the vision to take over K-1 and bring it back to the fans. And he said to me, I want to take it global. And that's why we're here. The first step in that vision was to have our European Championship, which was the end of May. And the second thing he said is, are there any American kickboxers? Are there any American kickboxers? Yeah. That was actually his response. He goes, no, I don't know. So I'll ask you again, are there any American kickboxers? Yeah. There you go. And I was given the best job anybody could have, which is to go out and find some. And there are some guys who are real shy, like Jarrell Miller. Oh my God. There are guys like Kit Cope who said, I should be there. But there are a lot of warriors. I mean, every one of these guys, when you see them in the gym, put everything out there every day. And I'll tell you, I wish I was one of them. But I'm standing here just in admiration and in awe, because every one of these guys train from morning to night. You know, Lurtzilla is one of the, one of the craziest fighters I've ever seen. I don't know if he's going to stay in the ring. One of the guys said, is he going to be in the ring so I can actually hit him? Because he bounces and jumps, and I mean, every one of these guys has just amazing technique, and they're all just incredible guys. So I welcome you to the American Championship in Los Angeles, and every one of these guys will have a great show. There are going to be a couple different categories. One is the max category. One is the heavyweight category, and then we have what are our super fights. And the super fights are really some fights that are going to help you see what we're going to do in the future. We've got an 85 kilo category, we've got a light category, we've got some international people, and it's really the vision of the future. You'll also see we're going to have a great announcement for a new league that we're launching, and recently in Asia they talked about 9 different weight categories. So we're really trying to bring back K-1 in a big way and offer opportunities to anyone who is a great kickboxer. And that's what this is about. So like I said, we were asked to bring K-1 to the U.S. The first step was to find great American, I see your fingers, Scott, thank you. Great American fighters. Part of that vision was we did a tryouts. And these scary guys in the front are looking at me like, what about us? And we did some great American tryouts, and I was the toughest job I've ever seen, because almost everyone who was there was unbelievable. And we had to choose between some amazing talent, and we did. We chose 6 guys who will be in our undercard, and it was a very hard choice because every one of them could arguably be up here too. But they're going to take that first step, and the 6 guys in the front row over there, hey, Kieran, you better get out of there before they hurt you. They'll be in the undercard. We also took 3 people from the tryouts who are actually in the main card. So when we do these tryouts, we're serious. We're looking for great talent. And K-1 is about offering that opportunity to anybody who's there. The second part of our vision at K-1 was to really bring it to the U.S. And one of the things that was necessary to do that was a partnership in TV. And a great company called Spike said, we get it. We want to be there with you. And Spike will be an integral partner for us going forward. This year, they're really going to push the digital side, and they're going to be promoting us very heavily. So if you go to spike.com, you'll see the broadcast live. But starting next year, we'll be on Spike's broadcast TV. So you undercard guys, you win this year, you then get on TV. These guys will be there to fight you, though, so good luck. And then there are a lot of other partnerships that we're looking at. We have some sponsors, the gentleman from Scions back there who's been a great supporter. And I do want to just talk about 2 other things. Most of the guys don't know this. We have a couple bonuses. The guys everybody who wins will get a special Rockwell watch that was created for you, because they're the fighter watch. And then there's a little bonus that we call the knockout bonus. It's a K-1 tradition. You knock out your opponent, you get $3,000. And that's courtesy of Mike Kim. Where's Mike? I don't know where he is. There's Mike. So a lot of you have already told me you're going to do knockouts. Actually, I think almost everyone here has, so it's going to be hard to imagine how that happens. So anyway, I do appreciate everybody coming. Spike.com, I have to make sure that you check that out if you don't come to the event. The event is Saturday. Don't get that wrong. Opens up at 5 o'clock. The undercard you do not want to miss, and then we'll go until about 9:30. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We're also very privileged to have one of the superstars in K-1 from yesteryear, someone that's stuck in my mind, and I'm sure the fans all over the world remember him for great battles with Borkal Porpramuk and Andy Sauer. Ladies and gentlemen, a massive round of applause for Mr. Masato.
Thank you. Hello. Konnichiwa. K1 is special. It has stood the test of time as part of the executive team here. At K1, I am proud to bring K1 back to all of the fans around the world. Thank you.
Also, we have a very prestigious guest, a friend of mine, a co-commentator, three-time world champion all the way from London, England, Mr. Kieran Kettle.
Thank you very much, Vinny. Okay, so we're going to kick off the show with the Max fighters. Starting off, please, in the red corner.
Bryce Krause.
And he'll be facing Justin Gretzowitz.
Nice round of applause, please, for these young men. A nice round of applause, please, for Banyel.
And he's facing Joey Pagliuso.
Michael Manakil.
Scotty Leffler.
Chaz Mulkey.
Kit Cope.
Wen Shuichi.
Romy Danza.
En Kang.
He'll be facing Travis Garlitz.
Mr. Lightning, Lutzilla.
Gabriel Varga.
Mikhail Wedderburn.
And unfortunately, Jeremiah couldn't be here. He had a family emergency, but we'll be seeing him on Saturday night.
Xavier Vigny.
Seth Petrozelli.
Rick the Jet Rufus.
Mighty Mo.
Jack May.
Jarrell Miller.
Randy Blake.
He'll be facing Dewey Cooper.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to ask the fighters a few questions. Obviously, with the background that me and Kieran have, we do have some inside knowledge. So I'm just going to stick a stick in the hornet's nest, so to speak, to see what's going on. Chaz Mulkey fought one of my friends called Simon Chu a while ago. You fought Simon Chu? Kit, he can take it. What are you going to give him to win the fight?
He can take it. He can take Simon Chu. That doesn't mean he can take Kit Cope. I reckon that this guy will be so confused by the end of the fight, if he's actually conscious, that he just might take up knitting.
Ooh, controversy starting, isn't it? These two are not sharing a hotel room, by the way. As you can see, would you like to?
I would love to. Here you go, Chaswick.
It's a typical goofy Kit Cope answer. We'll see what happens on Saturday night if he can force me to take up knitting, as he says.
If you get a chance, will you knit me a jumper? It's only small.
I'm sorry,
If you get a chance to do any knitting, will you knit me a jumper? Cold in England.
I'm going in there to finish him, man. You know, I don't do too much talking about my opponents before I fight him. We'll see what happens on Saturday.
Well, there you go. A nice round of applause, please, for these two guys.
Okay, I've got a question for Rick Rufus, an absolute legend of the sport. Rick, coming up to a huge event on Saturday. How's training been going? I know obviously you're in your twilight years, but obviously you've got vast experience. So how's training been going to face such a heavy hitter like Mighty Mo?
Real well, and we prepared for Mo, and right on schedule. I feel in the best shape I've been in for quite some time, and we're ready to go Saturday night.
And Mo, of course, question to you. How's training been going?
You know, working the usual, but been stretching my groin out, man. Maybe I can kick above his waist.
Excellent. Hand of applause for these two warriors.
I've been around this sport a long, long time, 27 years to be exact, and I've heard some bold statements said in my time in this sport. One person I have watched many, many times is a fighter known around the world called Daniel Geeta, and a young man recently on the internet, Jarrell Miller, has said he can defeat Daniel Geeta. Now, you've got to fight on Saturday. You've got to get out of the way first. But what the tools do you have to make such a bold statement?
First of all, I come to fight, and I'm going to make sure I win. And when I step in that ring, there's no games playing. I got good footwork, good hands. I'm young, I'm motivated, and I'm angry. This is my turn. I'm going to be champion of the world. You guys are witnessing the first K-1 heavyweight champion and world heavyweight boxing champion. First ever in K-1 to do it. So understand this. You're looking at a young man that's very determined, very hungry. I got a legacy behind him to fulfill. I got nothing bad to say about none of these fighters up here except Jack May. Okay, first of all, he's stepping in the ring with a killer, a beast. That's number one. The whole question is, Jack May failed at football. Now he wants to try kickboxing, and everybody know that kickboxing takes years of dedication and time to learn. You understand me? Jack May is a jack of all trades, and this jackass about to get jacked up. You understand me? That's all I got to say, baby. K-1.
Yeah, don't even say anything. This idiot doesn't even get his shit right. I played basketball, not football. Second of all, I don't talk the talk, I walk the walk.
Okay, of course, on the show we've got a rising star, Xavier Zigny. He's a giant of a man. He's young, but he's facing Seth Petrozelli, of course, from an MMA background as well, a knockout specialist. Seth Petrozelli, question to you. We're going to see some fireworks, of course, on Saturday. What's it like facing a new star in Xavier?
Obviously, I'm used to fighting larger guys. My entire career, I fought nothing but guys that were bigger than me, and the same outcome happened. I knocked him out. I see nothing different that's going to happen with this fight. The hard part was training for somebody as tall as Xavier, but luckily, me being from Orlando, I brought in Dwight Howard, and I beat him up so bad, he left Orlando and came somewhere else. So I'm ready to fight bigger guys.
And Xavier, what have you got to say to that?
Yeah. I'm aware that Seth has fought larger opponents his whole career. It's, nothing new. But there is a difference between me and his opponents in the past. I can guarantee him that this will be his toughest fight ever. And that I'm game. I'm game bred. I'll fight to the end.
Round of applause.
One more question. A friend of mine, he's fighting today. You know, I've met all these guys before, so I consider them all as friends. One I've known for quite a while is Ben Yell. Ben, and this is a rematch with Joey. What has Joey got in his locker room or in his tank to beat you? Do you think he has it?
Well, I haven't seen Joey fight much lately, but I can say that I'm stronger than I've ever been, and I've trained harder for this than I ever have. And he's going to have to step it up, I think, because I'm more than ready, and I'm not going to slow down. So, Joey, maybe I respect my fighters, but I'm here to work. This is, you know, it's all business in the ring Saturday night, so I've definitely stepped my game up since in the past, and I've worked on a lot of my weaknesses, and I'm just a stronger fighter all around. So it's gonna be tough for Joey Saturday night. That's all I can say.
Well, I'm excited, I'm motivated. It's been years since I fought Ben, and I've had him in the back of my head the whole time. So just training, hungry, and nothing motivates you more than getting a phone call from K-1. So looking forward to Saturday night.
Okay, has anyone from the audience got any questions at all for these fighters? Put your hand up if you do. Let me come over here. Chris Leary.
Yay.
Round of applause. He's our presenter for the K1 on Saturday.
Dewey and Randy, you have similar fighting experience. Well, not experience, you're different ages, but your styles are very similar. What's going to be the difference that we're going to be looking for in your fight?
First of all, what's up, everyone? You know what I mean? K1 back, we excited, all of that. You're right. So obviously, you know the fight game. It's just, you know, this fight is going to be about who wants it the most. We're both athletic. We're both active. We both can fucking fight. So it's going to be about who wants it the most, and we'll see what happens. I'm prepared to, you know, battle it out. And I'm here to win. I'm not here to, you know, just be in there. And I'm real excited about it, man. You know, K1 is back. This is my love. You know, this is my first love. I box, I do MMA, I do all of that. But K1 is my love. So every time I get in the ring for K1, it's going to be a passionate performance. And it's going to be a fight to the end, no matter what. And also, my dad's birthday is tomorrow. He passed away 2004 in July. And before he died, you know, he was a huge K1 fan. So I'm dedicating this fight on Saturday to my deceased father. And I'm going to fucking represent, for sure.
Would anyone else like to ask a question? Okay.
This one's to Romy. Actually, it's two questions. One, there was a rematch that was supposed to happen. What's your thoughts on the cancellation? That's the first question. Second question is, the last time you two fought, you and Wentz fought, it was very close. Do you think it was a legitimate call? Do you think it was that close of a fight?
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed about not being able to fight my original opponent, Housen. I was looking forward to that for a little while. We just couldn't get the fight going. Now it came up and he got hurt. That sucks. Suichi stepped in. That's awesome. We fought before. Yeah, it was a good fight. He's a tough guy. So hopefully I'm better prepared for this one.
Randy Blake, would you like to say what it means to you to be fighting on K1? And I think I like your suit.
what it means for me to fight in K1 is, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, it's an honor, you know, it's a privilege to be up here on the stage and, you know, and talk in front of you guys. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to fighting against Dewey Cooper. You know, I look up to the guy. I've been watching him for years and years and years, you know, and I get the opportunity to show what I can do. So, it'll be a pleasure, you know, sexy fight, so. So yeah, that's it.
Anyone else have any questions? Nico, I believe you have a question for Mighty Mo.
Hey, Mighty Mo, right here. The guy right over here. You see? How's the Steelers going to do this year?
We'll see. We'll see this Sunday. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to the game, man. With the W on top behind that. You know what I mean? Sunday. Play this Sunday, right? Yeah.
Hey, yo, ain't nobody bigger Steelers fan than me, man, since fucking birth. Pittsburgh about to get up in Denver's ass. We owe them for that debacle wild card game last year. T-Boy ain't there. We gonna smack Manning ass up.
Funny thing about it, man, Pittsburgh, my team, my little brother just signed with the Broncos as a defensive lineman. So, you know, I mean, I'm going for the Steelers, man, but I wish my brother good luck.
Does anyone else have any questions at all? What's your name, sir?
Aaron. Oh, Aaron.
Ask a question.
Yeah, quick question for Shooting. I just want to know a little bit about you and why you're doing this and where you came from. Just a quick, brief story.
Yeah, hello everybody. Hello K-1. Thanks for having me. Basically, I've been doing Muay Thai since I was like 15, 14 years old. Where I lived in Canada was illegal. I couldn't get any fights. We couldn't fight there. Eventually, 2006, I went to my home, Iron Tiger Muay Thai, with my coach Aline, and there was a lot of Muay Thai fighters there, but MMA was what was going on at that time. So I started fighting MMA, but Muay Thai was always my love, always my first love, and I was always a stand-up fighter, and you know, I'm just glad to be here. I started, you know, training with Aline. We started keeping the Muay Thai skills up. We won a couple of amateur fights. We won a couple of pro fights, but I was still doing the MMA. I recently started training in Chiang Mai in Thailand with KC Muay Thai, and I tried out for K1, and you know, they saw me what I had, and they picked me up, and I'm just glad that you know, I actually get to fight where my love is, because I was kind of like losing interest in MMA, and God just showed me a way that, you know, never give up, just keep the hopes high, keep the dreams high, and I'm here in K1. I'm here on the big stage now, and I'm about to stay. You know, I'm not going to be a one-hit wonder. I'm about to stay and do my thing. Sawadee Kap. I'm doing this because I love this. This is what God put me on the earth to do. You know what I mean? This is my love. You know, I'm a fighter, and that's why I'm doing it. And plus, I got kids. I don't have a job or anything. I'm doing it, you know, for my family. You know what I mean? To support my family and everybody. You know, against all odds.
Anyone else? All right.
Hi, I'm Greg from TotalMuayThai.com, and this question is for Gabriel Varga. How do you prepare for a fighter like Lordzilla with his elusive style?
No, this will be the first time I've ever fought anybody or first time I fought a Thai actually, but I'm very honored that K1 has picked me up here and put me against such an experienced opponent. I believe he has over 200 fights. He probably rivals anybody on the entire card for accumulation of fights and titles he has over the years. We prepared what I believe was the appropriate way, and I'm really looking forward to creating some interest in the lightweight K1 class for next year.
This question is for Romy's opponent.
I know that you guys have fought before, but my question is what you're going to do different for this fight with Romy, because Romy, being Filipino that he is, comes out aggressive, comes at you really hard. He's got some power punches. He's really fast with his techniques. What on Saturday night different are you going to do to ensure a win over Romy? Because that's the only way that you're going to win Romy is by knocking him out.
We have a Japanese translator for Wentz. Oh.
こんにちは、前回ロミーと戦って、パワーもスピードもあるんで、それよりもっと速いスピードとパワーで、最高の試合をしたいと思います。で、今回俺が勝ってこのロサンゼルス大会俺がヒーローになります。
Okay, let me translate. Since he fought Romy before, he knows how fast Romy is, and he knows how powerful Romy is, and he's prepared for that, and he's going to be a hero this time.
Okay, I have a question for Kit Cope. Kit, what's your opinion, a short question, of MMA fighters compared to kickboxers?
Kind of know where this question came from. Didn't we have a little conversation yesterday? Yeah. Let me be as delicate as I usually am. As far as fighters go, there's fighters in every style and every sport of the world that are, have all the heart of every other fighter, in my opinion, the fighters in MMA are usually kind of pussies. Just in that, now I fight MMA also. It's just that even kickboxers that fight MMA want to hurry up and close the distance and hurry up and get to, close is safe in MMA. When you're close to me, then I can't sock your jibbers. Okay, so even, like I said, even kickboxers that I've fought in MMA hurry up and try to take it to the ground. Nobody that I've fought in MMA so far, I think I have, 14 or 15 fights, something like that. I haven't had one person attempt to stand up with me in 15 fights. And I'm just a little fella. So I just think that all of the really good strikers are so ready for the K-1 to be back. Gives us a place to be.
Excellent. Seth Petrozelli, of course, you're from a MMA background. So,
Your dick.
That was that answer.
I wouldn't call them pussies, but I guess I feel somewhat the same way, just in the same aspect as everyone that I've fought always try to take me down. But that's the beauty of MMA. When you're not a striker, you want to take the guy down and beat him on the ground. That's the whole point of MMA. Would I want that wrestler and jiu-jitsu expert to stand up and bang with me? Of course I would, but that just makes me train harder to get better at the ground and better at the submissions to be equal to them. So every sport has its beauty, and me in particular, I'm so happy that K-1's back, because this was my first love, being in karate since I was 6-7 years old, and to have someone just stand and train with me is what I've always dreamed of in MMA, and like Kid, it never happens. So pussies, no. Smart fighters, yeah. different type of fighting, I guess you could say.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, we have helping us in doing the commentary with me and Kieran, and we're bringing the show on Spike.com. He's a legend, and I grew up watching this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, nice round of applause please for Dale Apollo Cook.
Rick, you've been in this sport since the beginning. You've done it all. You've won multiple world championships. You're the most accomplished American heavyweight kickboxer ever. Why are you in K-1 this year, and what would a victory mean to the Rick Rufus legacy?
I still have the drive, the desire, the passion, the hunger, and I still want to get to that Super Bowl win. That's my drive, and the only way I can do that is to win on Saturday night. I'm hungry as ever right now, and this is the hungriest I've been in quite some time. Thank you.
Okay, I have a question here from the audience.
请问一下，康恩，你第三次来到美国了，已经在这个擂台上有很多次机会，想问一下，你对自己这一次比赛有什么期待？
This question is for Kang. It's the third time in the American have a match in K1. So what you expect for the game?
Yeah.
我这是第8次来美国比赛，没有什么好期待的，反正就是明天，我是想让对手呢，今天晚上好好休息，别状态不好。
Okay, and translated.
Okay. Kang said his opponent should have a good rest tonight, and tomorrow will be a tough match for him.
My question is for Jarrell Miller. Jarrell, could you give us a little bit of your background, where you're from, and also it's to my understanding that you were a former football player. Could you tell us where you played football at and how your football training has impacted your training for K1?
Well, first of all, I'm from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, do or die. Football, I played football for about 5 years, like intermediate, played high school. And I think football players have a certain driven aspect of when they're on the field. Like, it's like divide and conquer, you know what I mean? We got to just run that person over. Luckily for me, I guess Jack played basketball, so you know what I mean? He liked playing with balls, you know what I mean? So it's all good. But at the end of the day, I've done a lot of things. I mean, boxing. I first started doing Muay Thai first, you know, and then I got into boxing. Sparred with the Klitschko 6 times. They sent me home, beat up Pat Barry. I mean, the list goes on and on for a young kid like me. And I mean, the motivation-wise is just, I got to make it. So I'm trying to say, I got God-gifted talent, and I got a legacy to fill, and I got to make it. That's all it is, brother. You know what I mean? Just keep pushing, keep working hard, and things are going to happen. You know what I mean? Nobody can stand in the way. That's all it is. Bruce.
Does anyone else have any questions at all for these fighters? 1 second, sir.
Hello. Hello. This question is for Jack May. Jack May, I don't know how long you've been fighting for, but when you got to fight like Jarrell Miller, I hope that you really hit like a 5-ton truck to stop him, because this guy is incredibly young, powerful, awesome dude. And I've been around for 35 years, and I'm gonna tell you, you got a fight, a huge fight in your hands. I don't know how you're gonna stop him, but I hope that your hands or your feet are awesome, because if they're not, you're gonna be on victory.
I'm here to fight the best. That's why I signed with K1. I don't expect anything less from Jarrell. I know he's a great fighter. He's got a lot of experience. And, you know, I'm just ready to bang. And I'm not scared. And, you know, I'm ready to go to work. So, you know, we'll get out there. We'll do our thing.
I'm Brian Dobler. My question is for Xavier. Xavier, you're one of the younger fighters, and this is a big fight for you. We've heard some of the veterans talk about their whys. I'd like to know what your why is. Why are you doing this? What's your why?
Well, I decided to find K-1 because, I feel like this is what I was born to do. Fighting is fun to me, and I wouldn't want to be doing anything else other than fighting. This is my chance, my opportunity to make something of myself in the fight world, and I'm very excited for the opportunity. And come Saturday, I know that me and Seth put on a good show, and I'm ready. And I hope Seth is ready.
Okay, I have a question here from Ed.
So this is to Travis. Hey, Travis. Knowing that you're going to fight King and he's an experienced opponent, how do you expect this fight to play out, and how do you expect to beat him? Yeah.
Well, if you all know, I took this fight on 8 days' notice. He's fought Kevin Ross twice. I fought Kevin Ross once when my life was going downhill. So, my back's against the wall. I just had a fight on May 19th against Sheldon Gaines, and it was supposed to be up for Fight of the Year. So, I'm coming off a hard fight. My back's in the corner right now. I got a couple losses, but I don't think he's ever fought a tough brawler like me that has some technique, that's DTS down to scrap. I'm going to play a smart fight and let him know that I'm a world-class fighter too from LA.
I have a question here from Brian.
Questions for Rick Rufus. Rick, being a legend in the sport, who are some of the younger guys that you followed?
Quite honestly, I don't know a lot of them. I mean, I know Seth from when he knocked out Kimbo. Randy, I saw a fight when I went to Oklahoma. Of course, you got the veterans on the board here, Mo and Dewey. But other than that, I really don't know any of the other fighters, I have to be honest with you.
Another question here from the audience.
About the speed? You ask him.
For Randy Blake, how are you going to deal with the experience of Dewey Cooper, and how have you prepared?
It's just every guy that I fought has always had more experience than me, so really that's not an issue. Had a ton of guys come in I've got a chance to work with, so we're well prepared for this fight, so I'm looking forward to it.
There are lots of fight fans here in Los Angeles. How would you guys describe being in a K-1 event?
Question 2.
Yeah, man, it's good, you know what I'm saying? It's normally in Las Vegas, another great fight town, but we're excited to be in LA, Hopefully all the fans come out, the Lakers don't have a game on Saturday, or the Clippers, so people should be here. I can just tell you, man, one thing you guys must understand about K-1, you got tremendous strikers fighting tremendous strikers. Out of all these guys, there ain't no punks, there ain't no cowards. That's not even a question, man. Every single fight is gonna be a hard fight, man. So that's the dynamic aspect of the K1. You get the baddest dudes fighting the baddest dudes. It's unpredictable, man. No one knows what's gonna happen. Everyone's gonna put their best foot forward, and it's gonna be a hell of a show on Saturday. And we're happy to be back in the U.S. for sure. I'm sick of watching it on YouTube and all over the world except for here, man. It's exciting for me, and I'm sure everyone on this panel feels the same way.
I always want to say this, at least setback reporting. Like I was saying, like Dewey just said it, K1 is phenomenal, and it's anybody's fighting here in America for K1, it's awesome. That's what I'm trying to say. And I've been training for the last 3-4 months, fights getting canceled. So I'm training past this fight to fight in the Garden of my hometown. That's what I'm trying to say. So everybody that's here, we got more to really win for. I mean, it's a long register of stuff for us to do, so we got to get past this. So if you really want to do it, this is the place to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, also we have a distinguished guest. She's going to be coming and doing some commentary with me and Kieran Kettle from the world of boxing. Mia St. John. Nice round of applause, please. Now, Mia, there's a secret, isn't there, that we haven't told anyone yet about K-1 next year.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, first of all, thank you all so much for coming, and I hope you all make it Saturday night at the LA Sports Arena. You can get tickets at Ticketmaster.com. These guys, you got to give it up to them, because I've watched pretty much all their tapes, and these are some really exciting fighters. I've always said, I mean, the old saying goes, styles make fights, right? So even though you can equally pair up fighters, it doesn't mean you're going to get an exciting fight. These guys are exciting. You don't want to miss this. I promise you. I've seen their tape, and it's as good as it gets. I also want to say that I'm so honored to be a part of this. I want to thank Mr. Kim for allowing me to be here and to join K-1. We do have some exciting news. We are going to be bringing on the women. Girl power. And as you know, I don't know how many boxing people there are, but if you're here, you know my story. My first love was the martial arts. I started when I was 6 years old. I started in Taekwondo. I competed in that sport for 23 years. Before turning pro back in 1996, almost 16 years ago. And the only reason I turned pro was because Don King came calling, made me an offer that I could not refuse, and I gave up kicking and went to boxing. And that became a passion of mine as well. And I just fought 3 weeks ago and conquered my last dream. It was actually the first dream I had 16 years ago, was to beat the legendary Christy Martin and take the WBC championship. 16 years later, 3 weeks ago, I finally did it. I've won other titles. I've had the WBC International, the IBA, the IFBA, but the WBC World Championship, as you know, is every fighter's dream, and I was not going to leave boxing until I accomplished that, and I did. I can't say I'm officially retired yet, though. I mean, you know fighters, you guys know. Yeah, we're retired one day, and then the next day it's like, oh, maybe I'll fight again. But anyway, so yeah, I'm very excited to come back to my first love, the martial arts, and this is just such an honor for me, and especially to start the women's division. It's going to be incredibly exciting, and I can tell you, whoever did the matchmaking for this, where's Maurice? Maurice, kudos to Maurice, yes, and Doug, and Scott, you guys did such an amazing job. All of you did, and thank you all so much for coming, and look out for the women. And see you this Saturday night.
Thank you, Mia. I've got a feeling that when we do the women's K1, there'll be a lot more people at the weigh-in. This is something going on there, I think so. Anybody else would like to ask a question? Yes, sir, at the back. 1 second.
Yes, this question is for Travis. I hear people are calling you the Caucasian zombie because of your superhuman ability to take punishment. Where do you get this drive and this fortitude and fighting spirit from? Thank you.
I'm just a very stupid person. No. Just living my life in LA, being from the streets and just, you know, being a little white kid, always getting picked on, being a ginger. So that just gave me extra powers to be able to take punches, but also give them very well. So it's pretty much just being a ginger, I think.
Okay, we have another question here. Stand up, please, sir.
Yes, I actually have a question for James Beast Wilson out of the Fight Academy. And I really think he's a dark horse, and I'd like to hear about his preparation for his K-1 experience.
What's going on, everybody? Man, first of all, I'm just excited, man. You know, I got an MMA background. But, you know, I'm really glad to be part of K-1 because like MMA, you know, they were saying, you know, it's taking you down. I ain't got to worry about that, and that's a problem. So now we can sit there and throw these bangers, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm waiting on. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I've been training hard, man. Hey, I hope my man Doug over there is ready to get it on Saturday.
Yeah, my question is for Lerd Silla. I know you have numerous Muay Thai fights. I know this is a totally different fight for you because they take away your knees and elbows. How do you plan on showing the world of K-1 your skills without clinching and kneeing the hell out of everybody?
They บอกว่าชกมวย K1 นี่ไม่มีศอกแล้วก็ไม่มีจับคอตีเข่านี่แล้วเราจะใช้ยังไงที่จะเป็นแชมเปี้ยนได้เหมือนกับได้สเกลเหมือนกับที่ต่อยมวยไทยที่เป็นเจ้ามวยไทยว่าพูดออกมาแล้วก็พูดจะแปล
K1 no have elbow, but I have kick, power kick. Okay.
I'd actually, I'd actually like to hear from some of the undercard fighters. K1 gave you an opportunity late July to try out in LA, and you know, you're coming from all over the country. I know Doug Sauer's out of Troy, Missouri. You got Jermaine Soto. What's this experience been like coming from, you know, almost a grassroots effort to make your way to an organization like K1? So I guess I'll direct the question maybe at Doug and then hear from Jermaine.
Just going out to Venice Beach was an experience, that's for sure. Just being a part of K1 has been a lifelong dream. It's a blessing. It's an honor to be here in front of all these guys. You know, I'd like to make my way up there one day. I don't know too much about my opponent. You know, he looks strong, looks in shape. But I've prepared a lot. You know, just basically, this is all I've done for about 3 months. So I'm ready to get in there. Hopefully, stay in the game with K1, and you know, hopefully they keep doing the tryouts. You know, because I think it was a good success. You know, it was good for everybody to get out there, and hopefully they do it again in Venice Beach because I'd like to go to watch because it was pretty chill out there. But other than that, I'm just, like I said, I'm just honored and blessed to be here. So we'll see you Saturday night.
Does anyone else have any questions or so?
Well, this whole experience has been kind of surreal to me. I walked into the gym, my Muay Thai coach Edmund said, "Hey, did you hear about the K1 tryouts? You should do it." I said, well, maybe I'll think about it. The day before the trials, I actually registered, went down there, and God willing, you know, God blessed me and chose me. So I'll be fighting September 8th against a very skilled opponent, Damian Early. I've been training harder than I've ever been training before. I started martial arts when I was a kid, probably about 21 years ago. So now it's more than just the fight. It's more of becoming a legend, you know. And this is the first time K1's doing something like this. So I'm going to be part of history, and this is making my mark.
Hello, everybody. It's an amazing opportunity for you all to give me this. I've trained my whole life since I was 4 years old. I've done Kempo karate, started in kickboxing, started hitting too hard for that, and now I'm making it up to the big times. I couldn't, you know, it almost brings tears to me to even talk right now because this is such a big opportunity and a big time to showcase my talents, showcase my will, and showcase my abilities. And I hope to show everybody a great fight Saturday. I can't wait. You know, it's going to be a hell of a brawl against me and Jermaine. Sorry once again. Yeah, and I just got to say thank you, K1, because this means the world to me. It's a dream, you know. I can't couldn't ask much more else. Thank you very much, everybody.
Glenn? Well, I don't know about these guys right here, but I feel like I got drafted by the NBA, you know, so, you know, I'm ready to shine. I'm TTG. That means I'm trained to go. I got a lot of fights. You know, just to be a part of this is amazing. And I know I got a hard fight. My fighter's a great fighter. He's coming off a lot of knockout wins, and I'm coming off KO wins. So, you know, we got the task of starting it off, you know. So we're gonna try to bring the fireworks and be like these guys we look up to here.
That's a classic example of why we do the tryouts right there. I mean, everybody said K-1 doing tryouts, blah, 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 it's not going to happen. But when you see the emotion that's coming from kids that really have these dreams to go to another level, you're going to see a lot more of the tryouts internationally. You know, we saw 300 kids. I had to shift through 300 to 175 to 23 to 6. And anybody who's been in this business knows that was a nightmare. To try to find 6 of these kids that all have the similar capabilities as Damon, Jermaine, really classic athletes from various backgrounds. But it just shows you if you have a dream in your heart and you push forward and you go for it, you can make things come through just like these kids did. And you'll see more of these guys. And I think I want to thank them for showing up and really surprising us with 300 kids signing up to come to a K-1 tryout. And thank you guys again. We really appreciate that attitude. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, on a personal note, me and Kieran have been involved, as I said, 27 years. We've commentated all around the world. For me personally, this is the highlight. This is the pinnacle of my career. I'd just like to thank the American people. We've been treated so well by Brian Dobler, Doug, Scott, everybody in the K-1 team. So can you give them a nice round of applause, please? Regardless of any sport in the world, this is the most exciting. I know these guys are excited to be involved. I know me and Kieran are certainly excited to be involved. Spike.com will be showing you this fight, and please watch it, because I guarantee once you taste it, you can't stop eating it. Thanks very much. Thanks very, very much.